I am 86 years old, and I need to say something that'll tickle a lot of folks the wrong way. Therapy taught me how to tolerate the people who were destroying me. Yeah, I said it. I gave them tools, and they used the tools to hurt nicer. Not everyone needs understanding. Some people need consequences. And Lord knows, I can't believe I called myself erasure. Growth. My husband's been gone 6 years. Lung cancer. Took him like a thief. Most of my friends are gone too. The kind of gone where you stop expecting the phone to ring. So I ain't selling you hope today, honey. I'm not doing that. Instagram, you got this. BS. I'm telling you what I wish somebody told me while I still had some fight left. You know what's funny? I spent my whole career in rooms that smelled like lavender oil and quiet desperation. Couples holding hands like it meant something, then cutting each other up on the drive home. And there I was, Dr. Elaine Carter, nodding, taking notes, thinking words were gonna save everybody. Ain't that cute? Here's the lie people swallow, especially younger folks. If I can just explain it better, they'll finally treat me right. If I can just heal enough, I won't feel hurt by it. If I can just use the right words, they'll stop. Child, let me save you a decade. Some people don't misunderstand you. They understand you perfectly. They just don't care. And therapy done wrong, the way it gets packaged, like a cute little product, can turn you into a professional explainer. You learn, when you do X, I feel Y. You learn to stay calm. You learn to translate your pain into polite sentences like your customer service for your own heart. And the wrong person hears it like a menu. Oh, that's what hurts you? Good to know. I had a client call her Marisol, mid-30s, smart, funny, always looked put together. She came in with her husband, smooth talker, charming, the kind that says communication like it's holy water. We did tools, active listening, reflection, all that. I taught her to soften her delivery, to regulate, to own her feelings. And you know what he did? He used it as a weapon with a clean handle. If she cried, he'd go, Elaine said you gotta regulate. If she got mad, he'd go, that's your trauma talking. If she caught him lying, he'd smile and say, you're catastrophizing. Remember the worksheet? The man wore therapy words like a nice suit. Underneath, same old cruelty. 3 years later, she came in alone, no makeup, eyes empty. And she said, Dr. Carter, I'm doing everything right. Why does it keep getting worse? And I realized the ugly answer. Because for him, her suffering wasn't a mistake, it was the benefit. Marisol left him, eventually. Thank God. But she left with a nervous system that jumped at doorbells and a brain that second-guessed every thought. And the worst part? She felt guilty for leaving like she failed at healing, as if therapy was supposed to turn her into a person who could live in smoke and not cough. Couple years after that, I ran into her at a grocery store. She looked lighter, not happy, just real. And she said something I still hear at night. I didn't need more tools, Dr. Carter. I needed permission to stop trying. That's the illusion. That if you can just become better, you can live next to poison and not get sick. All right. Rules, not quotes. Rules. I paid for these with my own damn life. Rule 1. If someone benefits from you doubting yourself, they will never finally get it. Stop explaining like you're in court. Action. Say one sentence, then stop. I'm not doing this anymore. Then watch what happens. If they rush to punish you for having a spine, that's your answer. Rule 2. Communication ain't intimacy when the other person is using it as surveillance. You tell them your fears and soft spots, thinking you're building closeness. They file it away and use it later when you're tired. Action. Quit giving your enemy the map. Keep some parts of you private until they've earned it. And if they mock your feelings, minimize you, or repeat your confessions in a fight, stop talking, start moving. Rule 3. Therapy language can be a muzzle. I'm setting a boundary turns into, please let me be treated decently. A boundary ain't a speech, it's a door. Action. Make it physical. I won't stay in rooms where I'm being insulted. Then you leave the room. Every single time. No debate. Yeah, you'll shake in your car afterward. Good. That shaking is your body finally telling the truth you kept arguing with. Rule 4. Forgiveness gets used like a crowbar to pry you back into the same mess. Be the bigger person. Let it go. Don't hold grudges. Sometimes bigger just means easier to step on. Action. Forgive in your heart if you want shoot. I don't care, but don't reconcile without proof. Proof ain't tears. Proof ain't a good weekend. Proof is different behavior for a long time, even when they're annoyed, even when nobody's watching. If they only act right when you're halfway out the door, that's not love. That's fear of consequences. Rule 5. Time is a bank account, and y'all keep handing out loans to people who never pay interest. It's fine when it ain't. Withdrawal. Every time you swallow your needs to keep the peace. Withdrawal. Every time you go to sleep with that tight chest and call it growth. Withdrawal. And you can go negative. Action. Do an audit like a cranky accountant. Who leaves you calmer? Who leaves you shaky? Move your time like it's cash, because it is. Now let me talk about the places people hide. Work is a big one. Hustle culture is just socially approved numbness. Honey, your company is a machine. If you drop dead on a Tuesday, they'll replace you in 2 weeks and act like it's business. So don't trade your whole nervous system for a badge and a parking spot. And that shiny stuff you buy to prove you're okay. Most of it is future trash. I don't care how luxury it is, somebody's gonna toss it in a donation bin with a shrug. So, stop trying to soothe your pain with purchases. Buy less, decide more. Now about therapy itself. Therapy is a tool, a good one, but if therapy is teaching you to stay in harm with a prettier vocabulary, that ain't healing, that's training. Here's the practical thing I wish I'd said sooner. If you're in danger, don't do couples therapy with the person hurting you. You don't take your burglar to the locksmith. Get safe, get support, get a plan, then maybe you talk. And if you're not in danger but you're drowning in disrespect, kill your ego. Ego is the thing that says, if I just try harder, I can make this work. Sometimes, try harder is just pride in a trench coat. Let it go. Stop the BS. And forgive yourself for staying as long as you did, because shame is glue. I know what your day looks like. Phone first thing, heart already racing. Emails, meetings, noise, pressure. You're running like if you stop, you'll fall apart. Me? It's early morning and the house is so quiet I can hear the fridge hum and the neighbor's sprinkler click. I take my pills with lukewarm coffee and pretend that's a routine, not a countdown. My diploma's on the wall. Nobody cares. My old notes are in a box. One day they'll get tossed or given away. Same ending. When the noise finally shuts off, you don't carry your job title out of here. You don't carry your grind. You don't carry the image you spent years polishing. You carry moments. A hand on your shoulder when you couldn't breathe. A ride home where you didn't have to explain yourself. A long hug that didn't demand you be okay. That's the only currency that still spends when you're old and the lights are going out. And here's the part folks don't admit. The regrets that visit you at night ain't usually the dramatic stuff. It's the small daily betrayals of yourself. All those times you knew the truth and talked yourself out of it. All those times you stayed because you didn't want to look like the problem. All those times you turned your own needs into a joke so nobody would call you difficult. I've seen people with big houses die with nobody in the room. I've seen broke folks die with 3 people holding their hands, laughing through tears. Tell me who had the better life. So when I tell you to stop tolerating the people who destroy you, I ain't trying to make you happy. I'm trying to keep you from waking up at 86 with a quiet house and a loud regret. Because regret ain't poetic, honey. Regret is a dull ache that follows you around like a bad smell. Regret is realizing you trained yourself to accept crumbs like they were a meal. Here's your ultimatum. Do something today, not after you process. Not after you watch 10 more videos. Today. Pick one brave move. Text the thing you've been dodging. Pack a bag. Call a lawyer. Block a number. Or look somebody dead in the eye and say, I'm done. Then sit in the discomfort like it's a storm. Storms pass. You don't. And if you're sitting there thinking, but what if I'm wrong? Honey, you've been wrong before and survived. Being wrong ain't fatal. Staying in a slow, daily disrespect, that'll eat you alive. If this hit you in the gut, don't keep it to yourself. Share this video with somebody who's using healing as a reason to stay stuck. Drop a comment and tell me what you're delaying. What are you pushing into later, child? And yeah, subscribe if you want more of an old woman's unpopular truths. I ain't got time to sugarcoat. I'm running out of calendar pages. All right, I'm tired now. My knees are barking, and I gotta go heat up some soup and pretend it's a meal. And later my neighbor's coming over for gin rummy, and Lord knows she cheats if I don't watch her. So, I'm done talking.